Hi Leo, this is KACEE with your August monthly reading. Thank you for tuning in. SHAE and I are so very happy to have all of you here with us. She will have a video that's going to pop up at the end of this one with a notification, so please check for that. She does give a different perspective for your sign. I'm going to pull a couple of energy cards to get you guys started. So let's go ahead and shuffle this real quick. Okay, you guys are coming in with third chakra, Archangel Chamuel. The third chakra talks about your solar chakra. This is your ego, your identity, your self-worth, your self-confidence. So we have to make sure that that chakra is very strong, because in the month of August, we're going to be doing a lot of things. We want to make sure that we're very balanced in that area, that you are very confident in what you're doing. We're going to pull a major arcana as a clarifier and see how this energy reads. Now, when we talk about Archangel Chamuel, that is about, he's God's love. He gives us love and compassion from Spirit, from God. So this is his message as an angel. So keep that in mind, that even though we're talking about our ego and our identity, this is also about love and compassion. And we also have to make sure that we love and have compassion for ourselves as well. Okay, guys, you guys are coming in with judgment. This is speaking your truth, speaking it from a higher vibration, speaking it from your higher self. You know, when you're downloading that information, you're seeing the synchronicities, you just know instinctually which way to go. And this is because your guides are sending you the messages, and they're opening up the avenues, and they're opening up your path. So know that you're doing the right thing. Know that what you're hearing and the things that are motivating you is what you need to tune into. If you get that gut feeling that you shouldn't do something, or something seems a little shady, listen to that as well, because they're going to guide you in the both of those areas. Now, the judgment can also talk about being rejuvenated, in reinventing yourself, a rebirth, so to speak. This also will talk about your inner calling, and knowing in no uncertain terms of what your path is supposed to be. So, you know, when you get that feeling that something's not right, you need to listen to it. And when you get the feeling the opposite, that this is where you need to go, that is what you need to explore, so that you're holding on to your energies and you're not spending them in all the wrong places, chasing a dead end. Go with your instinct and go with your gut. These cards are going to represent your obstacles or your advice from Spirit. So let's get these out. All right, Leo, we have emotional loss. Yes, choose wisely. Make sure that you are listening to Spirit when you make your choices. Hope, which also represents success, rebirth, rejuvenation, reinventing yourself. So you have it twice, because, you know, when we do the judgment and the hope, we are working on our inner calling. We're working on listening to our higher selves. We're connecting to Spirit. Your soul is always downloading. Patience and planning. Yeah, if there's something that's worth doing, it's worth doing it right, and it's worth doing it well. So don't jump into it. If this doesn't seem right, ignore it and go the right path, so that you don't have any negative karma to deal with. You don't have any hiccups along the way in regards to maybe contracts or promises that someone can't keep. Make sure that you are very firm in your foundation and in your belief systems when you choose wisely, because you've been burned before. It's, you know, emotional loss. You've been burned before. You don't want to repeat that. So listen carefully to the messages that you're getting, because they're going to guide you. But, you know, you have all the opportunities at your fingertips. You just need to figure out which one is going to be the best for you. This can resonate in regards to a job situation, which career you're supposed to be on. If you have a romantic interest, you know, if this is something of a significant other, you know, listen to your inner wisdom. This can even resonate with a family situation, you know, and navigating through that. Okay, so we have a runner, so hold on one second. And we have the 4 of coins in reverse. When the 4 comes in reverse, this is talking about being greedy, thinking only about the material things, you know, your earthly demands in a lot of aspects. This can also be in regards to you being greedy for your time, because this is something that you want. So if people are not on the same page with you, or they have burned you in the past, you don't have any patience for that anymore. You have a vision, you have someplace to go, you have something to do, and you don't have time for negative energies. So being greedy doesn't always have to be negative. Here we have the 8 of Swords. Now, when the 8 comes in, this is all about you stressing, okay? This is about you going back and forth in your head about which way to go. Should you go this way? Should you do that? You know, whatever it is, because it's all going to resonate differently with you in regards to your situations, but you are battling it in your head. That's what the Swords cards represent. So it's all a mental thing, and you're going back and forth and back and forth. So even though things around you seem okay, you're conflicted in some way. Now we have the 5 of Swords in reverse. This is where you've gone through some yucky stuff, some painful things, some lessons learned that weren't always great, and you're ready to move forward. You fought the battles, you've learned what you needed to learn, and this is a rite of transition. This is a pathway to a new beginning, but you're coming in with a lot of knowledge, the good and the bad. So when you're doing that, you know, you're taking your past with you, but you're not going to let it affect you in your present. But you are going to remember the lessons that you learned so that you don't make the same mistake twice. Oh, beautiful, Leo. Absolutely beautiful. 3 of Swords in reverse. This card is so intense emotionally when it's in the upright. It means that you have been backstabbed. It means that someone has broken your heart into a zillion pieces. Things didn't work out. But when it's in the reverse, this is a beautiful energy. This means that you're letting go. You're forgiving. You know, there's no past resentments. It's really coming loud and clear to me that you're ready just to move on from whatever was stressing you out. It's not working. There was a greed situation involved, and that wasn't what you wanted to deal with. So you're letting it go. You're moving on, and it's like no harm, no foul at this point. Even though it was intense while you were going through it, you're not going to let it bother you anymore. You're actually releasing it so that you can get new beginnings. So you start with emotional loss, and the last card on that row is releasing that emotional loss, letting go and moving on. That's beautiful, beautiful energy. It can be really intense while you're going through it, but it's so liberating. It's beautiful. You know, this is a complete 360, and this brings back you speaking from your higher self. This brings back into that you'll be speaking the truth. You'll be working on your identity, your ego, what you want to put out there in the world, how firm you are and how strong you are. You have hope, you have opportunities, and you're going to be patient, and you're going to plan, and you're going to make sure that you make all the right choices. You guys are very strong for August. A lot of you have already had your birthdays, and some of you, your birthdays are coming up. You know, you are every bit of the Leo the Lion, and firm, determined. You know what to go after. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Love it. That means that there's no communication. You cut it off. There's no moving forward with this. It's done. It's in the past, and you're not going to waste any more time. Oh, wow. Look at this. 7 of Swords underneath. Choose wisely. So be very, very careful on your choices, because something is shady. Something is not 100% divulged for you to make an honest assessment of the situation. So if it feels wrong, if it feels off, use your intuition and deal with it accordingly. Don't jump into anything without really planning it out, without really making sure that you've covered all your bases, because there's going to be an illusion part to this situation. There's going to be something that comes out in regards to it being shady for the month, and you'll understand why you are all tore up in the 8 of Swords energy, because you just felt something was wrong, and you're going back and forth to try to figure it out. Well, you're not wrong. Something is wrong. Something is off. So this is where you need to kind of pay attention to. King of Cups in reverse. Someone is trying to emotionally manipulate the situation. pulling at your heartstrings, pulling at your vision that you're very attached to, something that you really, really want. They're dangling it in front of you, and they're trying to get you hooked. Oh, but karma comes into play in reverse. This is also the moon card, so there is an illusion aspect to this. Karma, when karma comes into a layout, especially when it's in the reverse, that tells me that it's going to come back in. There's going to be some stuff to deal with, and I believe that this is going to be kicked back on the person that is trying to be shady, the person that's not being honest right now, that their dishonesty will come to light and you will see exactly what they're made out of. High Priestess in reverse. Again, this is something that is, the High Priestess in reverse is telling me that there's something that needs to be brought to light, that there's something being hidden. There's a hidden agenda with this. And you really need to listen to your intuition, because you have the Seven of Swords in reverse, the King of Cups in reverse, the Karma in reverse, and the High Priestess in reverse. Whatever is being presented to you for August is not exactly the way it is. Something is hidden. There's a hidden agenda. There's something you need to figure out. King of Pentacles in reverse. They're really trying to use all their tactics to get you on board with this. They're not holding back in any way, shape, or form to move on with their agenda. You have the King of Cups and the King of Pentacles. So in King of Pentacles in reverse talks about being very controlling, domineering, being cranky and putting their foot down in all the wrong ways. They're trying to threaten your financial stability, your foundation. They're trying to shake you up. They're trying to cast shade on what you already have and the decisions you already made, because they want you to do it their way, but they have an agenda. Right here, High Priestess in reverse. They have an agenda, guys. Four of Swords. Yes, you need to think about yourself. You need to take care of yourself. You need to make sure that you put yourself first. And you need to make sure that your agenda is what pans out. So don't make any compromises with their concern, because they're not showing you everything that... They're not putting everything on the table. I'm getting that it's so strong. Yes, Leo, the world of the year in the upright, which means that this will be at the end of a cycle. So if you've been dealing with this energy for a while, if someone has been trying to push their agenda on you and they're pulling out all the kind of gifts, everything is in a beautiful package. They're whining and dining you. They're promising you the world. Put the brakes on. You don't need them to do this. If it doesn't feel right, then don't do it. I know I keep saying that, but that's the energy I'm getting, is because you're getting so much thrown at you that they're trying to kind of make you sign a contract before you have a chance to actually look at it and bring it to an attorney. If that actually has to do with your situation, you have the right to say, hey, I'll get back to you in a day or so. And then have them sit on the hook for a little bit while you figure out if this is really what it's supposed to be. Because once you have that time by yourself with the represented with the Four of Swords, and you can clear your mind, things open up for you. There's a new opportunity right behind this shady one, that's the one that you want. So that's where you need to choose wisely. So if the first opportunity that comes in does not sound right, there's something shady about it, this person gives you the heebie-jeebies, they sound like they're boasting about something, then you're trying to figure out if they can really come through with all the things that they're saying. Hold off, put some distance between you and them, because something new is right behind it. That's the opportunity you need. So don't get confused with the first opportunity that shows itself, because that's not the one for you. If this is a relationship situation, this can apply to that as well. Because you've already been burned in this aspect, and you want to make sure that this person is on the up and up. And if they come in saying that they're all this, that, and the other in a bag of chips, and they boast about themselves in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable, this is where you need to kind of Google them and see if they're on the up and up. Do your homework. Vision. Yes, you have a vision, guys. This is really coming to me that this is like a business situation. However, you have a vision in all areas of your life. So if you are working on getting that vision and you're letting go of some resentment that had happened in the past, and you really don't want to move forward with that energy, because it does block the beautiful energy. And sometimes if we stay in the negative energy and that thought process, only negative things seem to be coming at us, instead of in what we see the beauty of, you know, the abundance that we can have, the new opportunities, but we have a hard time getting to them. And that's because the energy is blocking us. So we got to let it go. We got to forgive. We got to move on. We have to raise our vibrations so the beautiful energy comes in and replaces the negative. And that's where our blessings are. That's where our new beginnings are. So we have to work on that each and every day as things come up, you know. And at this point, I think you're at a crossroads, because this is your season right now. So I believe that you are making changes for the better, and you're not going to bring any negative thoughts or actions with you. And you are going to double check what other people are saying. You're going to make sure they're on the up and up, because you know they can be shady, because you already got hurt before, and you know that they can pull in any kind of tactic to get you to do what they want. But will you fall for it? And I don't think so, because you guys are so super intelligent and super intuitive that you just know when people are giving you a line of baloney, and you're not going to stand for it. Your angel message today, Leo, is change physicians. And it reads, Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for leading me to the best healer for this situation. Amen. Well, I think this is perfect, because this is resonating to me that you have to double check. You have to make sure that you get references from this business, that you double check to make sure that they're on the up and up. If this is a person, like I said, run them and see if they're all what they say they are. Make sure that all the things that they put out to be part of their lifestyle is really what it is, because I really feel that there are some people that are around you that are trying so hard to get you to go onto their path, but for their own agenda, not for your agenda. And we need to make sure that you stay on your path and for your own agenda, so you can do all the beautiful things that you're supposed to be doing with your gifts and your talents. So keep that in mind as you go through August. You guys are super, super strong, so I know that you'll be able to handle whatever pops up. I hope the message gives you some guidance as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. SHAE and I are now open for readings, so we have a mini read as well as a full read. So if you're interested in that, or you would like to chat, please leave me a comment or shoot us an email. The information is in the box below. Thank you so much, Leo. Take care.